Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News fans. You can't have a bar on the beach without a bartender. Wells Adams has served as the bartender on BIP since Season 4. A new season of the popular spin-off just premiered. Now a lot of people are wondering if Wells is a trained bartender or just faking it for TV. Season 10 of BIP premieres to mixed reactions. Bachelor Nation fans have been waiting for nearly 2 years for a new season of Bachelor in Paradise. Season 9 ended in November of 2023 with 2 engagements, but both couples announced their breakup just days after the season finale aired on television. ABC decided to pull BIP from the schedule for 2024 and bring it back in 2025 with some pretty big changes. One change fans hate is the move from Mexico to Costa Rica. The move improved conditions for the contestants, but many viewers felt the location change decreased the drama. Behind the scenes, the network upgraded the cameras and brought in a new showrunner. That translated on-screen to new camera angles and an overall sleeker production. Viewers compared it to Love Island USA, but not everyone meant that as a compliment. One fan lamented online that they missed the cheesy production of past seasons. Is Wells Adams a real bartender or just playing one on TV? According to BachelorNation.com, Wells Adams is a licensed bartender. He went to bartending school after landing the gig, but before that, he didn't know how to mix drinks. His shocking answers to who orders the most beers. Wells Adams and Hannah Brown were on Good Morning America before the Season 10 premiere of the show to promote the show. He revealed the most popular drinks ordered by the contestants. He said that mojitos and margaritas are the top drinks, but the contestants eventually get sick of sugary drinks and asked for tequila sodas. But his favorite to serve is the easiest one to make. He joked that his signature cocktail is a beer. He said that he's only served 4 beers in Paradise, and they were all for the show's host, Jesse Palmer. In addition to his bartending skills, Wells Adams is known for his one-liners and hilarious recaps of the drama. Some viewers even suggested that the show doesn't need Jesse Palmer or Hannah Brown. Viewers said that Wells could be the host and bartender. But for now, ABC is keeping Wells Adams behind the bar. Do you think he does a good job as bartender? Let us know in the comments. Golden sunset over Sayulita, Mexico, and the tiki torches flickered against the gentle waves that brushed the sand. Paradise was alive with the sound of laughter, flirtation, and heartbreak. And at the heart of it all, behind a well-polished bar, stood Wells Adams. Button-down shirt half unbuttoned, sleeves rolled to the elbows, and a pineapple-shaped cocktail shaker in hand, he looked like the easygoing bartender every Bachelor Nation fan adored. But lately, there was a swirl of questions circulating both online and in the beach cabanas. Is Wells Adams really a bartender, or is he just playing one for the cameras? It was a seemingly innocent question that ignited a wildfire of speculation. A single TikTok posted by a former Bachelor contestant featured the caption, "Wells never made me a drink. Production did. The man's a myth." It exploded. Suddenly, everyone wanted to know, is Wells legit, or is it all a beautifully crafted illusion? Behind the bar. From the moment Wells appeared in Season 3 of Bachelor in Paradise, his charisma behind the bar was undeniable. He became more than just a drink slinger. He was the wise sage of heartbreak, the goofy comic relief, the shoulder to cry on when someone got dumped before the rose ceremony. But was he ever actually mixing those drinks? I mean, do you ever see him squeezing lime or using a muddler? Asked Ashley, a diehard fan who ran the Instagram account Bachelor Tales Tea. He's always holding a drink, sure, but making one? Rare. For some fans, the illusion was enough. Wells felt like a bartender. He wore the uniform, he said the lingo, and he always seemed to know which tropical cocktail best matched a contestant's emotional meltdown. But for others, the illusion was cracking. A viral Reddit thread titled "Wells Adams, the Great Margarita Fraud" listed time-stamped clips from several seasons, analyzing whether the drinks Wells made were actually handed directly to contestants. Spoiler, they weren't. Wells responded, kind of. After weeks of rumors, fan theories, and more than a few parody memes showing Wells photoshopped into famous bartender scenes from Cocktail, Coyote Ugly, and even The Simpsons, Wells broke his silence. In a cheeky Instagram story, he filmed himself behind the bar at Paradise, dramatically shaking a cocktail while saying, "Of course I'm a real bartender. I even went to bartender school. Kind of. I watched Cheers." That was it. No confirmation, no denial. Just vintage Wells humor, which only fueled the fire. Bachelor Nation was divided. Some fans argued it didn't matter. "He's the heart of Paradise. I don't care if he's pouring Gatorade and calling it a Mai Tai," one tweet read. Others wanted the truth. One dedicated TikTok sleuth, known only as @BachelorBounty, claimed to have insider info. "A PA told me the drinks are prepped off camera, and Wells is there for the vibe only." The Paradise Probe. Producers of Bachelor in Paradise, sensing the online frenzy, decided to lean into the drama. In a bold move during week 5 of the season, the show included a segment titled Bartender on Trial, The Case of Wells Adams. The mockumentary-style bit opened with dramatic music, cutaways to contestants doing confessionals, and voiceover narration by Jesse Palmer. This week in Paradise, love isn't the only thing being shaken. Contestants gave hilariously serious testimonies. Aaron S., "I once asked for a mojito. He handed me a beer. Didn't even blink." Mercedes, "I think I saw a PA bring him a tray of drinks once, but he did garnish them. So that counts, right?" Brayden, "Bro, he gives great advice. But mixology? Nah, that's just for the vibes." The segment ended with Wells dramatically walking down the beach in a judge's robe, holding a cocktail shaker like a gavel and declaring, "I plead the 5th of tequila." It was a moment of pure camp, and fans ate it up. But it also made one thing crystal clear. The line between reality and performance in Paradise was as blurry as a frozen daiquiri. Wells' origin story. To understand whether Wells was truly a bartender, you had to go back. Before Bachelor in Paradise, before even The Bachelorette, Wells Adams was a radio DJ in Nashville. Known for his smooth voice and love of music, he built a successful career interviewing artists and spinning hits. But nowhere in his official bio did it mention bartending. Some fans dug even deeper. According to an old YouTube video from 2011, Wells had once hosted a segment called Mixology Minute with Wells, where he attempted to make trendy cocktails while cracking jokes. In one clip, he spilled a full bottle of grenadine across the counter. "I don't know what I'm doing," he admitted to the camera, laughing, "but it looks cool, right?" So, not a professional bartender, but definitely a performer. Sarah H. Hyland spoke out. When the speculation reached fever pitch, there was one voice fans were desperate to hear from: Wells' wife, Modern Family star Sarah H. Hyland. Appearing on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, Sarah took a fan-submitted question. Is Wells Adams a real bartender or just pretending for TV? She laughed, sipping a martini. "Listen, Wells knows how to make a killer old-fashioned, but only because I taught him. He's real in the ways that matter, and he's very good at playing bartender. I guess he's method acting." The audience cheered, Andy smirked, and Twitter lit up. Fans now had a new term for Wells: method bartender. Wells, amused by the growing attention, finally offered a full answer during a podcast appearance on Clickbait with Bachelor Nation. "Okay," he said with a chuckle, "here's the truth. Yes, there's a bar. Yes, I know how to make drinks. But do I make every single drink in Paradise? No. There's a real bartending team backstage. Shout out to them. And I step in when it's fun or when I want to connect with a contestant. But I'm really here for the heart-to-hearts, the therapy sessions, the weird cocktail of emotions that is Paradise. The
The drinks? That's just the garnish. It was the perfect answer, honest, charming, and unmistakably Wells. Fans rallied and rebranded. With the truth out, fans took it in stride. In fact, it made Wells even more beloved. Memes flooded social media. One showed Wells in a tux shaking a martini with the caption, "Acting level, Daniel Day-Lewis, Bartender Edition." Another featured a still from Paradise with, "Not a real bartender, but just a real legend." The fanbase, now calling themselves the Wellspring, launched a movement to get Wells his own spin-off. Ideas included Cocktails and Confessions, a late-night talk show, Barstool Diaries, a docu-style YouTube series where Wells visits actual bartenders around the world, or Bachelor Behind the Bar, a tell-all book with cocktail recipes and love advice. Wells, always game, hinted that something might actually be brewing. Full circle at Paradise. As the season finale approached, the producers orchestrated one last twist. For the final night, Wells was tasked with making custom cocktails for each remaining couple based on their journeys. This time, there were no off-camera bartenders. It was all Wells. For the chaotic couple who broke up twice and reunited thrice, he made a cocktail called Deja Brew with coffee liqueur and bourbon. For the sweethearts who stayed strong all season, he made Ever After, a pink Prosecco spritz with edible glitter. And for the wildcard pair, he served Plot Twist, a jalapeno-infused tequila margarita with a candy rim. Contestants watched, stunned, as Wells worked with precision and style. "Okay," Braden said, eyes wide, "he's actually good." More than a bartender. In the end, it didn't matter whether Wells Adams was a real bartender or just played one on TV. He had become an essential part of the Bachelor in Paradise experience, not for the drinks, but for his wisdom, humor, and heart. He was the glue holding the emotional roller coaster together, the steady hand behind every love story and heartbreak. He wasn't there to serve run-runners. He was there to serve reality, in the most comforting way possible. As he raised a glass during the finale, sun dipping below the waves, Wells toasted the season. To love, to heartbreak, and to never needing a bartending license when you've got a good shaker and great vibes. Cheers! And across living rooms, fan pages, and cocktail bars around the world, Bachelor Nation toasted right back.